Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Yaliali in this incarnation. The energy of the conjunction between Mars and Neptune in Pisces is increasing. This is going to be perfected on the 29th, but they are 1 degree closer right now. And this is the last time they are going to meet in Pisces. The next time they are going to do so in Aries, and Neptune won't come back to Pisces in 160 years. So probably we are not going to see it. So Neptune symbolizes this energy of unity, of unconditional love, but we also have to be realistic. In fact, this is very important with transits with Neptune, because in the case of Mars, actions or decisions could be taken idealizing something or someone, and falling, and then falling in a deceit that actually is a self-deceit, that kind of situations that we intuitively sense it, that we were dealing with a scam, and we felt it, but we decided to do it anyways, and then the disappointment, the deception occurs. Well, that those are lessons, the scams are lessons of Neptune to listen, to learn to listen the voice of the intuition, and to act in coherence with that. But what I was referring with realism in this case is that us here, the ones that we reconnected with the path of consciousness, and we all have that opportunity, we are in a practice of approaching unity. I always say so that we don't have a total unity here. We are not in the source of light, but we can practice to approach ourselves to inner union that will also express in a perception of the things that we see on the outside. And a big example of this associated with Neptune is compassion. And I always clarify that it is not a pity, it is not a state of victimism. It is linked with knowing that we are imperfect and desiring the transcendence of suffering for ourselves and for other people too. That is not the same. Compassion is not the same that appropriating of the pain of others. This is very important, because that is a signal that we need to put a healthy boundary. People that have important positions, I am one of those, of Pisces in their natal chart. Many times we learn this through the hits, the slaps of life, because appropriating of the pain of others doesn't allow us to flow with experience, and from that place we cannot help either. So it is very important to learn to put healthy boundaries to that. But coming back to compassion, we can the more we practice this with ourselves, this will also express to the outside. But one thing is to understand it with our minds, and other thing is to be conscious about how we are treating ourselves when something doesn't go right, when we may make a mistake, when in that kind of situations, the way we are talking to ourselves, the way we are treating ourselves, because in those moments we really can verify if that is made flesh. We can translate this same thing to unity. We could think with our minds that everything is sharing the same energy, everything is love and light. But when a challenge comes, it is at those moments that we have to do the effort in asking ourselves, what lesson of love is this situation offering to me? Because in the end, everything is showing us different fractals of love. And at those moments, it is the moments where we have the tendency to feel separated from love, the most. I don't know if that I expressed that correctly, sorry. So it is a practice. It is not about forcing ourselves to feel something that we are internally not feeling. It is not about punishing ourselves because we aren't feeling that, because that is still the ego in separation. But the practice is what makes us approaching unity. Other example is when someone can, judge or say an aggressive comment, for example, and if that thing that person said is affecting us a lot, we have the opportunity to see the pain that is in us, to recognize it, and to give love to that part of ourselves. But also, we can practice compassion because maybe that person is frustrated and projecting, their own pain. And even if that person would do so from a place of, total lack of empathy, we could feel compassion because that person is not able to feel love and empathy. And if we don't feel, if we are not able to feel compassion, the best is not to focus in that. Just retire the focus, just to flow better with the experience. It is important to say that compassion is not lack of healthy boundaries or being in contact with a person that crossed our healthy boundaries. It is a practice for us to observe with love circumstances of life. The truth is that the way we treat ourselves is the way we are going to treat other people. So there we have a great labor, inside of ourselves, all of us. So talking about unconditional love, which is something very associated with Neptune, of course we can feel it in this plane, and it's amazing to connect with that. But again, it is a key not to confuse unconditional love with lack of healthy boundaries or making this renounce from these places, doing things for other people that are actually causing harm to us, because there it stopped being unconditional love to become a distortion of it that actually is coming from a conditioning. The pattern of the savior emerges from a programming in which we give all until we are training ourselves completely to feel loved by others. The programming works that way, or to not take a look or to what happens inside, to all the wounds and all the things that are happening inside. So it hides a selfishness, principally with ourselves and then with the others too, because this thing about wanting to be near, that the others depend on us, it's not healthy, and naturally this is going to accumulate a lot of resentment. So that's why it is very important to identify this. So this transit, this thing that I said in the video of the energies of the week, of course, is to collaborate with others, but registering the original intention, and if it is from the purpose of the soul, better yet. It is also to create greater connection with ourselves, and to do that we only have to be honest, loving and compasively honest with ourselves, recognizing our evasions, accepting our humanity, learning to put healthy boundaries not only to people but also to ourselves, and practicing observing the opportunities that are constantly presenting in the present to grow and to create this inner union. So I just wanted to leave this reflection today. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.